morning, friends. I'm Sabrina, and today I'm going to lead you through a power flow where we're going to work on our quads, our hips, and our core. So when you are ready, let's go ahead and get started. And we will begin at the top of our mats today in Tadasana, mountain pose. So you make your way to the top of your mat. Stand tall, top of your head lifting up towards the ceiling, shoulders over the hips, hips over the ankles. If you want to, you can close your eyes. Slowly begin to bring your awareness to your breath. As long as it's comfortable, you can close your mouth, continue to breathe in and out your nose. And you'll slowly start to engage your deep belly breath. All right, so try to slowly lengthen out each inhale and exhale. Let's take a few deep breaths together. Starting with your inhale, let your inhale begin at the base of your spine. Inhale through your nose, belly and chest expands. Breath reaches to the top of your head. Pause, hold your breath for a moment. Slowly exhale, let it all out. Inhale. Pause at the top of your breath. Slowly exhale. Inhale. Belly and chest expanding. Breath reaches the top of your head. Pause. Slowly exhale. At the bottom of your next exhale, you can continue your deep belly breath at your own pace. At the bottom of your next exhale, you can start to open your eyes if they're closed, gaze forward. And from your mountain pose, let's go ahead and inhale, draw the arms all the way out and up. As you exhale, slowly swan dive forward, forward fold. And we'll stay here for several breaths. So if you want to, you can, of course, bend into your knees as much as you'd like to here. I'm practicing pretty early in the morning, so I'm pretty tight right now, my hamstrings, especially my calves. If you have a yoga block, you can use a yoga block for support in your forward fold. If you have two, you could place one under each hand or hands down on your mat. If you'd like to move into a ragdoll position, you can grab opposite elbows. Just relax your head and neck, let your arms be heavy. If you want to, you can very slowly sway side to side. If you grabbed opposite elbows, go ahead and release your arms, release your hands. On your next inhale, halfway lift flat back. So lift your torso to about halfway up, hands to your shins, shoulders drawn down your back. Should still feel a nice stretch along the backs of your legs. On your next exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. This time as you inhale, draw the arms all the way out and up. At the top, palms come to touch. As you exhale, hands to prayer position at heart center. Inhale, arms high. As you exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. This time as you inhale, we're going to come through to a standing position. Draw the arms all the way out and up. At the top, palms come to touch. As you exhale, hands to prayer position at heart center. Inhale, arms high. And as you exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, you're going to plant your hands. Keep your right foot exactly where it is. And we're just going to step the left foot all the way to the back of our mat. So feet are about hips distance apart and your right knee is stacked over your ankle. All right, and then we'll just stay here for a couple more breaths. Make sure your hands are grounded on your mat. We're going to send the right leg back as well, so we meet in a high plank. Long line of energy from the top of your head to your heels. 2 more breaths. And then on your next exhale, let's go ahead and send the hips up and back, finding our first downward facing dog. So tailbone lifts up and then to the back of the room. Feet are about hips distance apart, fingers wide on your mat. If you want to, you can pedal out the feet for a moment as you bend one knee and straighten the other. It's about 2 more breaths here. Bring both legs to stillness. On your next inhale, extend the right leg high, 3-legged dog. Hips squared down, right foot flexed. From there, send the right leg through, plant the right foot between your hands. So right knees over your ankle. And then we're going to step the back left foot up to the top of our mat. So maybe 1 large step or a few smaller steps. So left foot to the top of your mat. Once you're there, exhale, fold forward. As you inhale, draw the arms all the way out and up. At the top, palms come to touch. Exhale, hands to prayer position at heart center. Inhale, arms high. As you exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, plant your hands. We're going to keep the left foot where it is this time. And we're going to send the right foot, right leg all the way to the back of our mat. You're going to land on the ball of your right foot. Left knee is about stacked over your ankle. About 2 breaths here. Make sure your hands are grounded on your mat, and we're going to send the left leg back into our high plank. So again, long line of energy from the top of your head to your heels. Engage your core. Gaze is just to about the top of your mat. On your next exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips. Gaze is through your legs. And if you want to, again, you can find some movement here. You can pedal out the feet as you straighten one leg and bend into the other. Bring both legs to stillness. On your next inhale, let's go ahead and extend the left leg high. Three-legged dog, hips square down, left foot flexed. And from there, let's go ahead and send the left leg through, plant the left foot in between your hands, so left knee is over your ankle. And we're gonna draw the right foot back all the way to the top of our mat, so one giant step or a few smaller steps. Draw the right foot up, and nice big exhale as you fold forward. On your next inhale, draw the arms all the way out and up. At the top, palms come to touch. As you exhale, hands to prayer position at heart center. Inhale, draw the arms high. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. As you exhale, plant the hands, keep the right foot where it is. We're just gonna send the left foot all the way to the back of your mat, landing on the ball of your left foot. Right knee is over your ankle. And if you'd like to, if you have a block, you can use a yoga block here. We're gonna rest the left hand on that yoga block and extend the right arm high. Or if you don't have a yoga block, you can just place your left hand on your mat. Shoulders are opening up towards the right side. And if you'd like to, you can lift your gaze over your right fingertips. Right hand down. Let's just remove the block off to the side for now. Make sure your hands are planted on your mat. We're gonna send the right leg back, finding a high plank. On your next exhale, let's go ahead and make our way all the way down. Gonna untuck your toes. You can keep your hands right where they are. And we're just gonna lift into a baby cobra. So when you're ready, heart forward. You're lifting her just gently forward. It's a small back bend here. Elbows are close to your rib cage. So about 2 more breaths. You can gently press your hands down onto your mat to create a little more lift. On your next exhale, slowly lower your torso, chest, head back down. We're gonna move into a Sphinx pose. Plant one forearm down and then the other, palms flat on your mat, fingers wide. And heart opens forward. So shoulders are about stacked over the elbows. Gaze is forward, heart is opening forward. It's a slightly deeper back bend than in our baby cobra. And on your next exhale, let's go ahead and release that back bend. Plant the hands this time underneath your shoulders, and we're gonna lift into our first upward facing dog. When you're ready, press your hands off on your mat, heart forward. You can lift your legs, shoulders over the wrists. On your next exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Right leg high, 3-legged dog, hips square down, right foot flexed. Send the right knee to your right elbow. All right, so just a nice little tap here. We're gonna send the right knee to the left elbow this time. So small twist. Draw the right knee to your nose as you lift your upper back. And plant the right foot in between your hands. Again, right knee is over your ankle. Let's go ahead and lift the torso, finding a high crescent lunge. Arms are high, hips are forward. You're sinking low into your right knee for an added challenge. And remember to keep the back left leg nice and strong. Draw the hands to prayer position at heart center. And from your high crescent lunge, we're going to start to lower that back left knee down, finding dips. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and lower that left knee down. Just do a hover and lift. And we're going to do 3. There's 2. And there's 3. Hold. On your next inhale, lift. You can extend the arms, high crescent lunge. Open up warrior 2. Arms out to a T. Gazes over your right fingertips. Sit low or bend low. Bend deeper into your right knee to add more of a challenge. Shoulders and hips are opening towards the left side. Without losing the bend in your right knee, drop your back hand, flip the front palm. Reverse warrior, send the right arm up and back, keeping the hips and shoulders open. On your next exhale, cartwheel the hands down. We're going to send the right leg back, high plank. And we'll find our first vinyasa if you'd like to. This is a variation where you can drop your knees down gently to your mat. If you want to, you can cross your ankles. We're going to lower the torso to a hover. From there, open up, upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, down dog. Hips up and back. On your next inhale, gaze forward. Let's walk or hop the feet to the top of your mat. We'll meet in a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, draw the arms all the way out and up. We're going to fold right back down. So as you exhale, swan dive, forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Keep the left foot right where it is. We're just going to send the right foot all the way to the back of our mats. All right, so left knee is over your ankle, high in the ball of your right foot. If you have a block, you can grab your block for this. And you're just going to place your right hand on your block this time. Or if you don't have a block, use your mat here. Or if you have like a box, anything like that, you can use that. We're going to open the left arm. So shoulders are opening up towards the left side. If you want to, you can lift your gaze. Left hand down. If you use the block, you can just place it off to the side. You want your hands grounded, and we're going to send the left leg back. Let's go ahead and lower all the way down to our mats from our high plank. You can untuck your toes, heart forward, baby cobra. Elbows close to your rib cage. Let's go ahead and release. This time we're going to find a Sphinx pose. So one forearm down and then the other. Shoulders over the elbows, heart opening forward. Let's go ahead and release. Letting your chest sink down onto your mat. This time we're going to plant the hands underneath the shoulders, preparing for an upward facing dog. So when you're ready, you can start to press off of your mat with your hands, lifting heart forward, upward facing dog. And on your next exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Left leg high, three-legged dog, hips square down, left foot flexed. Send the left knee to your left elbow. So, and then just a little tap here. From there, left knee to your right elbow. So finding a little twist here. Draw the left knee to your nose as you lift your upper back. Plant the left foot in between your hands. And on your next inhale, high crescent lunge, arms are high. So hips forward, keep the back right leg nice and strong, high the ball of your right foot. Hands to prayer position at heart center. And we're gonna find those dips with our back right knee. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and lower that back right knee to a hover and lift. We're gonna do 3. So there's 2. And there's 3, hold, and lift. Extend the arms. Open up warrior 2, arms out to a T. And shoulders and hips opening here, gazes forward. Drop your back hand, flip the front palm, reverse warrior. Left arm extends up and back. Keep the right hand nice and light on your right leg. And on your next exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Send the left leg back, high plank. You can find that variation of chaturanga we found earlier, dropping your knees. Or from here, you can lower down, finding your chaturanga, elbows close to your rib cage. Hold and hover. As you inhale, heart forward, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, gaze forward. Start to walk the feet to the top of your mat. Meeting a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. On your next inhale, draw the arms all the way out and up. At the top, palms come to touch. Exhale, hands to prayer position at heart center. Start to sink into both knees. We are in our chair pose right now. So just for a moment, the weight is back into our heels. Maybe lift your toes off of your mat for a moment. If the toes are lifted, make sure they are grounded on your mat. And we're going to move into a standing pigeon pose. And we'll start on the right side. So your right foot stays grounded. Start to lift the left heel. Pick up the left knee. And then from there, cross the left ankle over your right thigh. We're just going to continue sinking into our right knee. If you can, keep the left foot flexed. And you should feel a really nice opening in your left hip. So about 2 more breaths here. Find your focus point, keep your awareness there. All right, so on your next inhale, start to lift the torso a bit, just enough so we can release that left ankle, plant the left foot back down, and sink into your chair. So weight is back into your heels. About 2 more breaths here. Maybe sit a little lower, challenge yourself. All right, so if the toes are lifted, make sure all the toes are grounded on your mat. Even weight distribution in your feet. And we're gonna move into standing pigeon on the left side. So left foot stays grounded. Start to pick up the right heel. Lift the right knee. We're going to place the right ankle over the left thigh. And start to sink into your left knee. All right, so you should feel a nice opening in your right hip on this side. If you can, keep your right foot flexed. Again, keep sinking into your left knee and find your drishti point. So find that focus point that is not moving. Keep your awareness there. And we'll start to make our way out of the pose. So you can start to lift the torso a bit. Just enough space where you can lower the right foot back down and sit low into your chair. So for just a few more breaths, weight back into your heels. Sit nice and low. On your next exhale, straighten the legs and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, plant the hands. We're going to step the feet back, high plank. And we'll flow through a vinyasa. So when you're ready, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot high, three-legged dog. And then from here, we're going to move into a pigeon pose. You're going to draw the right knee to the back of your right wrist as you lower the right shin down onto your mat. And then from there, start to send the left leg back. This is where a block could come in handy. You can sit on a block here, maybe place the block underneath your right hip. And you'll continue right here. You can also use like a blanket or even like a pillow. And then, so from your pigeon pose, it's up to you. You can keep your torso lifted. You can also begin to fold forward. You can keep your right foot flexed. You have several more breaths here. For more of a challenge, you're going to extend your right shin so it's more parallel to the top of your mat. If it's too intense, this is a very intense stretch, you're going to bend deeper into your right knee. And if you're still playing around with this and you're like, oh, this is just not working for me, you can also just come into a seated position, like a cross-legged position. Something similar to this, and fold forward. Just like that. And then when we switch legs, you're just going to switch legs in your cross-legged position. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and start to transition to the opposite side. If you were in a pigeon pose, I like to send my weight to the right side first, bend deeper into my right knee, and then plant, make sure my hands are grounded, and send the right leg back into a downward facing dog. Left leg high. Let's send the left shin down this time, so left knee to the back of your left wrist. You can lower the back right leg. Start to send the right leg back this time. And again, if you have a block or a pillow, or even like a blanket folded, you can place that underneath your left hip. If it's also too intense, play around with it. Bend deeper into your left knee. If you're not feeling a very good stretch, start to extend that left shin so it's a little more parallel to the top of your mat. You can stay lifted here, or some people like to fold forward. It's totally up to you. We'll take several more breaths here wherever you are. Right, so if you are in your pigeon pose, go ahead and plant one hand down and then the other, and And we're actually, if you were in a cross-legged position already, you can stay right there. If you're in a pigeon pose, you can actually just kind of put the weight into your left hip, draw the right knee in, and we're all going to meet in a cross-legged position. Sit tall. You can rest your hands on your knees or somewhere on your thighs. Top of your head lifting up to the ceiling. Relax the shoulders. We'll take a few deep breaths together, starting with your inhale. Inhale through the nose, belly and chest expands. Breath reaches to the top of your head. Pause. Slowly exhale. Inhale. Pause. Slowly exhale. This time as you inhale, we're going to draw the arms all the way out and up. At the top, palms come to touch. As you exhale, hands to prayer position at heart center. The light within me honors the light within you. Together we bow our heads and say Namaste.